On everybody, happy Saturday night to you all. And on the table, we have ourselves a classic, the Traxxas T-Max. And the word classic is actually in the name. So guess what? I didn't even have to ad-lib this one. All right, let me wait a little while till some viewers come into the stream here. In the meantime, we'll do a little bit of talking. We got Jim here first, Christine P second, then we got Tulin. Tulin goes, just rebuilt a T-Max 2.5 from 2002. Two-speed baby. Can't kill these trucks, man. You can't do it, although people have certainly tried over the years. And I will go so far as to say the prior owner also tried as well. But luckily, it's found its way here to the channel. Oh, Jim is getting the two-speed baby shirt coming. I have mine somewhere, but the thing is, I gained like 6 pounds, since I bought the shirt. So, you gotta stay trim, bro. You gotta cut out those carbs if you can. Otherwise, well, shirts ain't gonna fit you over time, As they say, all it really takes is 1 pound a year. And before you know it, you're up 30 pounds. So you got to really be on the lookout of that poundage. We got Andrew Pope here in the stream. How you doing, dude? Rock and Roller RC. Now, guys, I just said classic problem. I didn't say what it is. I'm going to say what it is. But I have a part somewhere under the screen. You can't see under because that's the part I need. We got Hi, how are you? We got Joey Ace RC, a good buddy of mine. Shane Bishop, Michael Sucha is here. We got Wonder Bread. Now, guys, we all have or had a T-Max, and if you haven't, you want one, right? These things have, people like to say, a storied history. Who the hell knows what storied history means? Let's just call it what it is. These are great, okay? They made a market at a time when a market of such caliber did not even exist. So, Dot Master, how you doing? Thank you for becoming a new Sickening channel member. Everybody say hello to Dot Master. Dot Master, the type of person, when he writes something in ink on a piece of paper, he makes sure that he dots the I's and crosses the T's. Get it? That was a joke on the username. But thank you, bro, Dot Master. I appreciate you, man. Anyway, so love it or hate it, or whether you are apathetic towards it, it's kind of, I would say all of those ideas kind of sickening. Really, we as part of the RC community, Offna guy, what's going on, man? Happy to see you here. I saw your message. I'll respond to you in a little bit. After the streams, I kind of just like to watch like an old Steven Seagal movie. The other day, Melissa and I were watching Fire Down Below. Who would have thought Steven Seagal would have had very suggestive names like Fire Down Below? That's right. That's a movie name, my dudes. It's a movie name. In the 90s, Fire Down Below. There's also Hard to Kill. Okay. Well, I'll tell you something about Steven Seagal. He did not cut the carbs. Hi, goes. Did I order the tool from yesterday? I will get that tool coming tomorrow, my bro. Tomorrow. Actually, last night, guys, I don't know if you remember me talking about something that I was looking at. I won myself an eBay auction. I couldn't announce it, but I'll tell you something. The eBay auction already got shipped. And it's going to blow me and everybody away, I think. In fact, I could not believe I actually won. All right. GeoMac, how you doing, bro? Who did I miss out? Rock and Roller, don't know if I said hello, but hello, how you doing? Anyway, let me give you the little storyline. If you guys watched today's short, I don't know if you did. Maybe I'll play it for you here in a little bit. Let me see. I hit up the RC track today, right? Hit up the RC track. Let me pull up my own eBay account, and I'll show you the short. I took 2 Nitros, guys. 2 Nitros. One let me down. Nitro Pimp, how you doing, guys? Nitro Pimp had a sickening day at RC today. He got things that people don't even know exist. Okay, I had a feeling of them existing, but he got them. So let me show you my own short just so we kind of understand what we're looking at. The cars that I run on this channel, they're legit. They're legit. Oh, by the way, you want to see my watch history for today? I'm going to start a new trend. Show people your watch history for today, you know? So here's my watch history for today. We got my own short, and we got a Jackie Chan Deadliest Stunts. And a Schumacher. That's my own video. So, you know, we got nothing to hide. That's my watch history of shorts for today. That's a Jackie Chan sandwich. Gotta tell you guys, I don't know. I think Jackie Chan's best movie, Rumble in the Bronx. Well, what do you all think? Rumble in the Bronx? The rest are a little bit kind of whack, to be honest with you. There was like another older movie I was watching with him where, I mean, he basically got his partner killed. You know, in a bar. He was drinking on duty. He was a cop. I mean, I don't encourage that kind of behavior in movies. It's just not right, bro. Just not right. But, you know, Rumble in the Bronx, that's a proper movie. All right, so let's click the short. This is the short from today. In fact, guys, this was the Nitro Sport that I fired up today. So, guys, everything that gets, you know, fired up, it gets run. That's it running against a Fortec, but that's not just a regular Fortec, bros. That is a Fortec with a new SH18. So it's a proper horsepower engine. This is a Pro 15 from yesterday, right? So, you know, of course, I was one-handed driving over here. I mean, that's, you know, the Fortec smoked me, but Nitro Sport came out alive. Oh, Rush Hour. So, Jim, Melissa told me no movies with Chris Rock. Actually, hold on. That's what I told her. I told her, Melissa, no movies with Chris Rock. I don't like his voice. He's a funny guy. Just don't really care about Chris Rock, bro. I don't like that guy. You know, Jackie has enough personality, I think, to be without Chris Rock, in my opinion. We got Ben. How you doing, dude? All right, guys. So let me give you the update. This was the second car that I took today to the track. And the title to this video, some of you, you're smart people here. You might know what I'm referring to. Let me just say hello to the rest of you. We got Lee Harris. How you doing? We got No Limits. We got All Aspects RC, bro. Happy Saturday night to you. Philip Bender and Mark. Oh yeah, Chris Tucker. Yeah, might have been the wrong actor. Chris Tucker. I just don't like that guy. Honestly, Jackie Chan has enough personality. I don't know why he needs those guys, but it's all right. You know, movies in Hollywood, I guess they market to you know, well, to get as much viewership as possible. You know, if you don't like one, you might like the other. There's nothing wrong with that. It's how it is. But Rumble in the Bronx is where it's at. And Steven Seagal, fire down below. Okay? That's where it's at as well. Oh, I forgot. I was watching another great movie last night, actually. Let me see. Melissa, do you remember the movie? One was Deuce. Deuce. It was about a, you know, organized, not effective lifestyle, you know, and, you know, gang culture. Pretty bad. Oh, we got No Music RC, bro. Happy to see you here. What was the other movie I was watching? I don't know. Sometimes you got to watch movies that are out of your element. You know what I mean? That's just how you do it. All right, let's get back to some action. And by action, I mean the T-Maxx action, right? Oh, we got Tom R. Yes, bro. I did get the zip file. I was actually just looking at it. I don't have the software yet. Obviously, I got to open it. But yeah, Tom R., I got the link. I opened it. Well, you know, told me I needed the zip converter. But it's no big deal. The zip converter will be on the way. But anyway, so the title to the stream, bros. T-Maxx Classic with a real classic problem. Who wants to take a guess what the real classic problem is? Okay, Win RAR is free. Melissa, take a screenshot of that. Win RAR. Take a screenshot. So what is the classic problem? Other than, of course, you know, Wesley Snipes evading taxes for like 8 years. Why would he do that, bro? Guy made millions of dollars and avoided taxes. Like, did he? What is he? He thinks he's above the law? There's only one person above the law, And you guys know who that is. The guy who made a movie called Above the Law. You know who that is. All right, so the classic problem. I see No Limit says transmission. Jason, how you doing, bro? All right, everyone believes it's a transmission. Guys, come on. You know a hybrid over here doesn't break trannies? You know I don't do that. It's not a tranny. I run my stuff okay, you know? It's not a tranny issue. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Steven, Paulo, what's going on, man? I'm going to demonstrate the classic issue right now. Are you all ready for this? So, are you guys ready for the classic issue? What's up there, 913243CKO? Very creative username right there. It's a lot of numbers. It's related to the electric start. By the way, could I get a hell yeah for my fingers, for my nail? Dude, my nail is getting better every single week. I am amazed at my nail. You understand how hard it is to come back from nail biting? It's very difficult. Very, very difficult. All right, all aspects with the hell yeah. So I'm going to stick this in where it belongs. And let's listen. What the hell is it doing? It was slipping just before. Yo, T-Maxx, you're embarrassing the Nitrogang over here. I had this whole prep set. I guarantee you. Today at the track, I couldn't get it to turn over. And now it's turning over. What the heck is going on? Well, that's it. I got no material right now. I got no material. I had a fresh one-way bearing here. It was literally not catching all day at the track. John Heater goes one-way bearing. Dude, I had it all prepared to swap the bearing. The T-Maxx fixed itself, my dudes. It's fixed itself. I mean, I guess we could go try to fire it up. There's still a chance it won't even run. That's right, Tamar. Nail biting, bro, it's safer. You can come back from it. And let me tell you something about nail biting versus alcohol. It's much cheaper. Okay, much, much cheaper. Even the pinky's growing in. Look at that pinky, man. That's a art-worthy exhibition right there. Dude, it literally did not fire up at all. Like, and now it's fine. I guess we're going to have to go test it out. Who the hell knows? I mean, this is the only RC I could probably run tomorrow. Extra sickening. Extra sickening. T-Maxx fixed itself. I'm out of content now. What the hell am I going to do? Well, I guess we could go try to fire it up. Let me give it a few minutes, guys. There's still a chance it won't start as soon as I pull fuel in, right? Once I prime it, there's a chance it won't actually even fire up. Well, I also have another idea. We could also pull an engine of something else. Oh, we got RC Adventures. What's going on, dude? What do you say? Pull an engine of something else or go just shut up and fire it up right away? All right, let me go try to fire this up. There's a high probability it won't actually prime once the fuel is inside. Yeah, tool and goes, I should really still change it. So let me tell you the history on this particular model. I know for a fact, and there's actually a good debate. There's a good debate on this on one of the recent videos I've done. You know, actually it was today's video, the short where, you know, a viewer said the Traxxas top fuel ruined his engine, and another viewer said, no, it's fine, hell yeah, whatever. But, well, let me see, Philip Bender, let me read this comment from Philip over here. He goes, hey, hybrid, mine won't hold a carb tune. It always changes and burns plugs. What do you think? So, can you first tell us if you're running too lean? Generally, when people are burning plugs, it's because the engines are just too hot. It's too lean. So oftentimes people try to lean it out to get a better response, but it's honestly not a good idea. So tell us that first. All right, Andrew Pope goes try to recreate it. I'm going to try to go fire it up because honestly, it's dead end at this point. This was like literally the only thing I had planned. All right, Philip Bender. It's also possible some carbs, if it's like a Traxxas. Richard, how you doing, dude? Some Traxxas carbs are just not good. we've all come across them. I've actually bought like the fake Traxxas carb on Amazon for like $21. It actually performed better. I have a video of it. If you want to do some troubleshooting with the carb, if you think that's the case, always check your seal on the needles themselves. Sometimes the O-rings are bad, like no matter how you tune, like if it's loose, it's bad. But KP, how you doing, dude? You could also, best idea is just to try another carb if you happen to have one. I would just get like that Amazon Traxxas carb. They're actually quite good, to be honest with you. I've bought them before, like twice actually. I never had a single issue. All right, so let me go see, and we're going to try to take this out. We might work on a special buggy tonight, by the way, by the name of a Sportworks from No Music RC. Depending, that's the backup. All right, bros. Thank you for joining me. I'm just getting ready over here. I mean, I gotta tell you, like a bunch of people saw me literally not being able to fire this up. So this ain't made up over here. This is the truth right here. Mark goes, it's expensive, but the OS 11K will change your engine's life. That is the truth as well. But honestly, the fake Traxxas carb is not terrible. I've used it as well. It's not the best, but it's, in my opinion, it's as good as the Traxxas factory carb, which is like more than double the price right now. All right, guys, let me just check to make sure I have fuel in there. All right. Yeah, there's fuel. You guys want a quick look at, we got Z Chamberlain 710. What's up, man? Happy Saturday to you. I just got a T-Maxx out here, It's all fun and games until someone pulls out a T-Maxx. And then, the games continue, essentially. Oh, Ray Coral, thank you, man. Ray, I saw your email. Sorry I didn't get a chance to respond about the snowmobile. But, safe to say, congratulations. All right, just didn't have a chance. It's sickening. Tarek, how you doing, bro? That's the snowmobile right there. By the way, I was having a little bit of a talk earlier about 10 scale touring cars and how do you say that word? Competitiveness of chassis. And the conversation was really going towards 10 scale competitive racing vintage level, okay? So my recommendation was to look for a Trinity Reflex. Trinity Reflex. These are sickening models. Look at that chassis. These are pretty rare, but you can actually get them. But this is a beautiful piece of work right here. So in 10 scale touring car competitive racing class, I would say you obviously have the Serpents. Trinity is a little bit on the rare side. You have all of the Kyosho chassis. The TC3, it's a lower level car than this, but I think the TC3 properly tuned will still be very, very good. All right, so that's it. Got a good question. Ray just came in, so let me answer. The question is, what is the problem here? So the problem is I went to the track today, couldn't fire it up. Couldn't do it. It was slipping. So pulled out a one-way bearing, literally the only new one I had. Tested it here for the stream, and it's turning over. I can't believe it. It self-fixed itself. It has self-healing properties. This is like, what do they say when you read some homeopathic website and you have a bruise? What do they tell you to do? Put tea tree oil. This thing has built-in tea tree. Like, it was not spinning over at all. But it might fail, goes Nitro Pimp. So let's go find out, guys. Enough talking and more firing up. Gotta get stuff. All right. It might still fail when there is some more fuel pressure in the system. That is also the truth. All right, guys, we're going to go out. Sorry for this close-up. Oh, we got Sandy. He's trying to get in the room right here. What that is? Going down the stairs. Look at that. I got a cat chasing me. Sickening. So I should have everything ready. It's not too late. Oh, we got Lotus in the house. By the way, y'all, I ran this thing today, the Sen Puma Rally. Well, the video should be out, you know, in a matter of a week or two. So this is the one I got from A-Main before. So let me get the electronics. And that's about it. Yeah, Sandy was chasing me up the stairs over there. He likes to play. All right, so we have fuel. Everything should be okay. Oh, there he is. We got a runner. A cat runner. We got a cat runner. It's a little dark in here. Let me just get outside. The quality should improve. One second. Yeah, guys, a cat runner. Who would have thought? Yeah, you like that? I keep my coffee by my Nitro. That's a Nitrogang household over here. Coffee by the Nitro. Sick. All right, so it should fire up. I mean, depending on how it goes. But yeah, I had quite an issue today. I spent a good amount of time trying to run this, and it wasn't going. All right, so you guys could see pretty good. So this one still has the old school AM radio. Pretty normal. This is the toggle for the forward reverse. Pretty solid, actually. Oh yeah, these are my outdoor pliers. They stay outdoors, as you could tell, you know. The rescued from the Titanic. All right, so let's see what happens. I mean, it was slipping real bad before. That's right, Mark. Yeah, once you leave the pliers outside, you just it doesn't really matter. I mean, still work, whatever. All right, so I'm gonna prime it. What do you think is gonna happen, everybody? Yeah, maybe it'll fire up, maybe it won't. I mean, it was slipping like a crazy, well, it was slipping like some people's ethics lately. But now it seems fine. Sickening. That's a transmission shake. Don't worry about it. It's good for it. It just got to warm up. Now it's a runner. What the hell am I gonna do? Now it's a runner. Lucas, how you doing? Runner. You know what? Should we run it out here, guys? Let me know. Should I run it here in the yard? This got reversed, by the way. You might not be able to hear it too good, but run it or not run it. All right. Reverse. Forward. Can't kill the reverse, bro. It seems to run beautiful now. Oh, 180-degree turn. Sick. Who thinks we could pull a small wheelie? It's not totally warmed up yet, though. Oh, yeah. Wheelie in the yard. All right. Looks like we have some kind of glitch. Well, if it's not one problem, it's another. For some reason, the radio don't work now. Oh, hold on a second. My radio self-turned off. The radio was turned off for some reason. Maybe, you know what I think happened? Okay, so we got a runner. I think that was my fault, actually. I think when I turned on the radio, I didn't turn it on the slide all the way. Oh, yeah, we got the slides, bro. Yeah, I didn't turn this slider on all the way, so freaking radio gear shut down. But it pulled a small wheelie. Yeah, the batteries are fresh in this. I'm going to let this sit for like a minute. We'll do a small fire up again, bros, okay? But like, yeah, I could even pull a wheelie out here with 20% nitro and 14% oil. I mean, that deserves a sickening hell yeah. What do you think? Yeah, I think I basically just right now didn't put the slider, the power switch all the way on because, you know, I was kind of holding the recording device with one hand and like putting that on with the other hand. That's freaking annoying. But gotta love a T-Maxx. I can't believe it fired up. It wasn't firing up at all day. I'm out of material now. Sick. That's articulation, baby. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. Double hell yeah. No Limits goes, is there any mods on it? No, this is 100% stock. You know, I don't really think a T-Maxx needs like mods, honestly. The servos are not too good from this generation. They're very slow and weak. But other than that, like, you're pretty much okay. Yeah, this is a last generation T-Maxx Classic. But the older one, without the TQI, this is still the old school toggle switch radio where the reverse makes a big noise, you know? Yeah, so at this point, only the 3.3 is still available. What do you guys want? You want me to fire it up again a little bit? It's warm, so it's going to run. But I don't understand. Like, it wasn't firing up all day. In fact, I was prepared to pull the engine. I'm out of ideas now. There'll always be more ideas, let's face it. Yeah, the old style T-Maxxes, they're shorter and they're narrower. Actually, I was out there today at the RC track and, you know, I go to my buddy. I'm like, you know, back when these came out, these were, well, I don't think these were called the Wide Max, but these were actually considered to be wide compared to the Pro 15. For those of you that had the Pro 15, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, today, RCs are basically like Danny DeVito. They're called 4x4s. You know, 4 foot tall, 4 foot wide, right? But back then, Nitros, well, RCs in general had, I would say, more realistic proportions. Not very favorable for turns, but more realistic proportions. You guys say another fire in the hole? Can't believe it turned on. Can't believe it. Sickening. Oh, Zeus, how you doing, dude? I got nothing to repair now. Yeah, the radio gear is fine now. I mean, the turning radius is solid. All right, you think we could do another wheelie forward? That's it. Sickening. It's a runner. All right, shut it down for now. You know, it's a little late out here, but like, yeah, it fires up. There's really nothing else to do on this truck at all. I mean, the steering servo is average. Brakes aren't too good because, you know, it's an old throttle brake servo, but like, T-Maxx is, I thought it let me down, but then it like self-healed, self-repaired. How does that even happen, guys? Sickening. All right, shut it down. I mean, there's not much else to do. It's a runner. Sickening. I mean, smooth suspension, and I love these wheels. They almost never rip. That's about it. All right, guys. I guess I gotta find another project. Sick. Yeah, I'm a big fan of these wheels. They actually don't balloon much at all. You know, you got to understand, these wheels are from a generation before belted tires really were a thing. Now, you know, belted tires are very, very common. Anybody here know what was one of the first ready-to-runs that featured belted tires? Or should I say belted slicks? Anybody here know? Belted slick gang over here, no? What? It was, I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds here to put in the comments. All right, Tarek, don't worry, we got magazine time. What was one of the first cars from the ready-to-run segment that had belted tires? Z Chamberlain 710 is correct. In my understanding, it was the Traxxas X01, the one that hit 100 miles per hour RTR out of the box. Before that, like, you know, I think there were belted tires, but like they never came equipped on a ready-to-run. Like that was not a thing. So yeah, Traxxas really was there. They were there for everything. They were there to sue you. They were there to give you bad customer service. They were there to sell you overpriced bad fuel. But they were also there to make segments that really developed this hobby into what it is today. Prior to this, and we can discuss it, you know, there really weren't many. Oh yeah, Philip Bender, bro, the X01. Yeah, 100 mile per hour, ready to run with the belted slicks right from the box. Like there was no brand that had that, right? Like back in that time, you know, you understand Armas was making like toy grade RCs with like yellow remote controls. So let's give Traxxas their credit. You know, people like to troll this brand, but the thing is, they still make more nitros than any current brand that exists. And I think that's actually the truth, right? Does Traxxas still make more nitros than any brand that currently exists, you know, brand new? I think the answer is yes. All right, my dudes, let's go back inside. I'm going to leave this out here. Rusty RC Nitros, how you doing? I love these wheels, bro. Plus, like, the rims just look good. You know what these wheels remind me of? And I'm probably going to get a little bit of laughter when I say this. You guys remember the Dodge Neon SRT4? I don't know. I'm getting Neon SRT4 vibes. Neon SRT4. Z Chamberlain wants to know, what do I think about the new HPI 10 scale? I mean, they're electric models. Like, you know, I care about that as much as I care about the color of my next toothbrush. You know what I mean? I could honestly show you the color of my toothbrush right now if you want. I'll go in the bathroom. And it's probably going to be a very feminine color, okay? Because, like, you know, when you get a toothbrush, they put half in there that's like masculine, half that's like feminine, right? 50% chance it's going to be like a purple color toothbrush. But I will say, at least HPI is trying to do something, but we really want them to make more nitros. That's kind of like what we want. Anyways, toothbrush gang over here, toothbrush gang. I'm going to leave this out here for a second. Let's go back in. So, yeah, to answer your question, at least they released the 10 scale, you know. You know, it's a segment that really, if you think about it, Arma has nothing in like a scale segment, right? Like in a scale segment. I'm going to have to go get another car. But this is the one I ran today also, the Sen Rally. It runs honestly really like the WR8, but since it's electric, it's obviously way different, right? But the suspension is very, very soft in it. All right, so let me go back up. Oh, we got Nitro Sandy over here. He's getting ready to do some eating, so you guys let him do some eating. Hey, Sandy, don't worry, there's not about a ton of people watching you. You could eat in silence, Sandy. Don't worry about it. Come on. Eat. You know you want to. Psst, 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 psst. He refuses to do it on video. Yeah, I would say the suspension in that Sen is really, really soft, obviously, compared to, like, any other car. It's a rally car, so I obviously ran... Oh, there we go. You know, I obviously ran it on pavement, so, you know, not really the correct conditions, but, you know, I didn't really want to have to clean it up later. You know, I'm not one of these YouTubers that just goes and destroys a car and, like, really doesn't care. You know, my goal isn't just to make a video. That's not really my goal. Come on, Sandy. You know you want to eat more? Come on. That's cat pizza right there. Ray Coral, no, those particular Sen models, they those bodies are kind of rare actually. So they basically the WR8 body fits. Yep, he's getting down to chow. Sandy, you in the mess hall? Sickening. All right, Sandy gang. I'm gonna take another car over here. You guys might have seen this one. There's the Sportworks. The one that I worked on recently. Bad news. Real bad news, everybody. Are you ready for the bad news? Engine is toast. Engine is extra toast. So this is the Sportworks buggy that I was working on a while back. And, you know, I thought I lucked out. Got myself a nice Hyper 21 8-port with a boost bottle. Turns out, after I ran a couple laps, it's basically toast. All right, Z Chamberlain, bro, you go have a great night. Enjoy your Nitro adventures. Damn, I'm out of entertaining ideas. But not really, because I was going to pull the engine. But now that T-Maxx fixed itself. Yeah, this might need a repinch. But it's a damn shame. This buggy has been through a lot, and the engine is toast. I'm wondering in the meantime if I should just put in like whatever average engine I have, probably like a Savage engine. How you doing there? Havis Komega. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name, bro. He goes, I have a challenge for you. No gimmick. I have two RS4 motors. Let's see who gets one rebuild first. Well, I mean, I don't think I'm really working on one right now, to be honest with you, bro. You know, I have like many other projects right now. It's, you know, the good thing about old RCs is time really doesn't matter. You can basically work on them whenever you want. They're already old, you know what I mean? Like nothing new, nothing is gonna happen. Like you can work on this 2 years from now. It's still gonna be dead. So it really doesn't matter. All right, we might do a little magazine time. I mean, that was like literally my only plan for today. Sick. Offna guy, how you doing, man? Offna guy wants to know, did I have Adam Drake do any repinches? So far, I haven't sent any of the engines out, bro. But I'm still putting them together, you know what I mean? Oh, Javi Skomega, bro, that would be sickening. If you want to contact me, you know, that's all good. My email is hybrid32494@hotmail.com. It's this YouTube username at hotmail.com. So the good thing about old RCs is time really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Once they're dead, they're dead. But of course, you know, you want to repair them as fast as you can, of course. But yeah, have a Skomega, bro. If you wanna, you know, I'll be happy to do that challenge. All right, so let's continue. Gonna have to pull this engine, I think. BMR, how you doing, dude? Oh yeah, off the guy. That is correct. I did have a green head engine repinched. You are right, bro. I forgot all about that. All right, Ray Coral, man. I will talk to you later, man. You enjoy your dinner. I will message you by tomorrow, okay? I promise. Usually I do stuff on Sundays. You know, well, I do stuff Saturdays, but it's different kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It's all ethical, no matter what day it is. It's all ethical stuff. So Lotus, I actually had two engines repinched. That's right. One was the Axial, and one was another race buggy engine, a high-end engine. I have it somewhere in a bag. But the thing is, you know, this has a boost bottle. I mean, I want to get some boost. You know what I mean? Like, I drive a Nissan Murano, guys. I need boost in my life. Okay, I need boost. Well, it's a little uneventful today. I mean, you understand when you drive 195,000 a mile Nissan Murano, you need boost in life. You gotta boost somehow. Look at Hulk Hogan's son, Nick. He boosted himself recently with $5 million. Guy boosted himself with 5 mil. Sick. I think we could take a look at some magazines. I don't think I'm ready to do this. I'm going to do this on my own probably. But that's basically the story with this. That's why there hasn't been any other video. I took this to our track, you know, did like 3 laps, realized the engine was toast. So let me pull it. It's, you see, I'm pretty much almost easily able to pull it. Damn shame. Damn shame. Yep, Havis Omega, it's like that sometimes. You were right, man. Yeah, Nitro Pimp here with the best comment ever. He goes, you don't need a boost bottle, you need a new car. Well, we do have a Rogue with a turbo, so, you know, it's all good, bad. You know, listen, you gotta make fun of your own self sometimes, you know what I mean? Listen, I don't drive that car too far, so I'm all good. Oh, we got my good dude, Original Man RC here today. Recently, he went to some RC racing. Is that right, Original? I saw the pictures, bro. Yeah, he went to a pretty proper fit-scale gas track. What was the town? Jackson, New Jersey, I think it was. Man, I gotta go there one time, but the thing is, I don't like driving for too long in a car. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, bros. I love that Murano. Okay, I would marry it if it was like legally ethical somehow. Gotta tell you, the Murano is one of the most comfortable cars ever. Trying to look at some magazines. All right, bros. What do you think we got to talk about? I'm gonna spend a little bit of time, not too much. You know, I pretty much was gonna pull the engine, but now I got nothing to do. Well, there's always something to do, but you know, I also got to prepare for tomorrow. So you know, basically that's the case. What do we want to take a look at? This is a newer one on the left side, and this is an older one on the right side. Well, Lotus, my old Prius was actually a trim level 5. It was the highest of the trim levels. Yeah, good comment there from Nitro. But he goes, how many calls that Murano eat so far? Surprisingly, 0. The only issue my Murano had, to be honest with you, in like the 3 years I owned it, the only issue it had, so Nissan just doesn't have very good bolt or nut quality. I had a ground wire that shorted my fusible link to the battery, and when the fusible link to the battery, I guess, shorted itself, just snapped, it burned the ECU. So it was actually a disaster. Yeah, well, it wasn't just the ECU fuse. It was real bad. I had to get the car towed to the dealership. Mark, how you doing, bro? Mark Nugan is here. What do you guys say? Do we want to take a look at this? HPI Sprint, that's basically downhill from there. Yeah, Mark, no longer got the Prius. I actually saw the Prius I had. Somebody is actually selling it on Facebook. I think they sold it already. So that car cannot be killed by anybody. I mean, that's a solid car. You know how I know it was mine? It has the Primal stickers on it. That's how I know. All right, let's take a look at this. This is a pretty old magazine, but back when there was still a lot of interesting content. Nah, so the thing is, Lotus, I'm reading the people's comments here, so it might seem like I'm repeating what you're saying, but I'm doing it for the benefit of the viewer. Lotus goes, buy my Prius back. So the actual problem is, believe it or not, the insurance on that car was not cheap. So really, you might be saving money on gas, but unless you drive a lot, it doesn't actually pay for itself. The insurance on the Murano is like about half the price. You know, so depending how much you drive, it actually doesn't make any sense. Oh, look at that polished dynamite pipe. That's hardcore. Let me adjust the view a little bit so we got a little less shaking. You guys understand what I'm saying? Like, actually, the small cars have real high insurance rates. Well, you know, it's not for everywhere, but yeah, my Prius, I actually had 2 Priuses in my life. If you go to my videos, you'll see there's a black one and a gray one. Both freaking solid, both trim level 5. So both had nav, both had JBL, both had 6 CD changer. One had satellite radio, smart button, push, you know, smart, whatever, the key fob. I mean, those are very good backup cameras. Like, dude, cars in like 2007 didn't have that stuff, but the Prius did. You understand? Like, backup cameras weren't even a thing in like, you know, the 2010 Accords, right? The government had to put a law out to mandate backup cameras. All right, we got hot bodies. Now, I know some people out there, I think you guys have these kits. So this is the hot bodies conversion kit. I don't know if this was during the time of the Truckzilla or not. It might not be. It might not be Truckzilla time. We notice right here they're saying the long chassis provides extra stability in the corners and decreases wheelie and braking rollovers. Oh, I get it. Yeah, so this is actually before the Savage XL. Oh, that's right, Paige Smith. Building a Truckzilla. Oh, man. Hova Skomega here with the most correct comment of the night. Let me read his comment. He goes, New cars, you need a warranty that covers electric or digital dashboard. Dude, 100% the truth. You know, if one of those like electronic clusters go out, you're toast. Although from the manufacturing point of view, it's cheaper to manufacture them that way. That's why they do it. All right, so we got, you know, you could drink a soda or a beer and rebuild shocks. Very convenient, very convenient. I don't drink much, so for me that wouldn't matter. That's a MGT. I could tell by the wheels alone. Man, I am getting hungry. Damn, T-Maxx wiped out my whole motivation for today. It ran so good, I have nothing to do. Oh, here we go. The Savage 21. Yeah, so I mean, technically, we could debate this. But I would say the T-Maxx, the Savage is the T-Maxx's answer. Well, no, hold on. The Savage is HPI's answer to the T-Maxx. Sickening. So actually, I do have one situation in my Murano. I'm not sure if it was my fault. One day I wiped. Oh, look at that, the Phantom 18. One day I wiped the cluster. You know, so in the Murano, there's like two digital LCD. What are they? They're not LCD displays, but there's like those. Yeah, they're LCD displays. One has the odometer on the right, and one has you know, the information center and the temperature, all that stuff. So my information center display in the cluster is dead. The backlight is still there, but like the cluster is dead. I think what happened is one day I was wiping the dash and the cluster with like a microfiber cloth. I think static electricity from the microfiber cloth ruined the digitizer. I think that's what it's called. It's called the digitizer in the Murano. That make any sense to anybody here? So I don't know what the temperature is on Murano ever, but the odometer works. Whatever. What are you gonna do? It's a used ass Nissan, you know. Oh man, these were proper engines back in the day with the phantom pipes. Let's see, does it say any info on it? No. Offness. Yeah, Lotus, I don't know if I felt like any kind of static discharge, but I'll tell you, like within, I honestly think the next time I turned on Murano, that digitizer was dead. I tried everything, bro. Banging on it, restarting it, like everything. Oh, here we go. We got the Offna LD3 proper chassis. Proper chassis. I mean, this ain't no Trinity, but, you know, LD3 gang. With the Chrysler 300 body. Gotta tell you, Chrysler made good-looking cars. What's up, Zachary Blanco? They made good-looking, low-quality cars. But, come on, guys. You gotta agree. When the Dodge Stratus was out, it turned your head. Come on. Give me a hell yeah if the Dodge Stratus was a head turner. I know now it's like, ooh, Dodge Stratus. Guys, it was a head turner back then, okay? That was innovative design. You understand? People thought the Ford Taurus was good, okay? Dodge Stratus was a head turner. Zachary agrees over here. When you saw a 300C, are you kidding me? That was a boss level car. Now, of course, they're garbage junk level cars. Oh, Jim with the Conquest. I think that was a Plymouth, right? Plymouth Conquest. Plymouth. Oh no, that was a Starion. There was a Plymouth Starion and a Conquest, and those were the Dodge variants. Well, yeah, Lotus RC, now you could say the Stratus was a rust bucket, but when it came out, it was a freaking head turner. Come on. It was a head turner when it came out, bro. I know you turned your head. Okay, Dodge Conquest. All right, we got a radio. I don't care about that. Oh, we got the XTM X Factor. I had the privilege of running this not too long ago, did a video on it. Honestly, a really fun performing truck. I think Nitro Pimp has one of these, right? I think. I don't have one currently, but this is a proper chassis. They're not good at crawling because the thing is Nitro crawlers have open diffs. But this is pre-crawler era. Oh, Nitro Pimple, the Chrysler LHS. That was actually a double head turner. That was a double head turner, bro. People became zombies. They became zombies when they saw an LHS. Okay, zombies. You understand? People thought the Saturn SL1 was a good-looking car. Okay, that's what we thought. And Chrysler was designing things that had angles and terrible engineering. Offners. Oh, we got the Nitro Rustler. Okay, it looks like we have our first official review in this mag. I'm just going to point out anything I see that's unique to it. Yeah, you can still tell this is the old style body on it. Oh my God, Zachary talking about the Bonneville SSEI. Bro, that's legit one of my top favorite 90s cars. My brother, right, when I was a kid, he's much older than me, about like 13, 14 years. So obviously, you know, when I was a kid, he was already like, you know, up there in the teenage years. My bro had a legitimate blood brother, right? You know, I'm not talking about like my bro, not my RC bro, like a brother. Had a Bonneville, but it was a SE. It was a Bonneville SE. But dude, the seats, wow, they were cozy. You know, back in the day, Pontiac knew what they were doing. They threw buttons and they made comfortable seats. You had buttons and seats, that was it. But SSEI was a supercharged top level one. Yep. Backstreet Boys were great music back then too. Was great music. Well, you know what I mean, based on those standards. I mean, honestly, they still play that stuff on the radio. It's real catchy. I actually made a Nitrogang song the other day. I'm going to include it in the video soon. So what do we have on the performance here? I mean, they seem to really like the Nitro Rustler, actually. So yeah, this was the very first 2.5 model. Often a guy used to like the 80s Grand Nationals. Yeah, those were top level cars. But those designs, you know, like the Buick designs, the bigger rear wheel drive designs, I think they were like 70s originated, right? Like, you know, when Chrysler came out with, you know, the LHS, the Chrysler Cirrus, Stratus, those were like proper 1990s chassis. They were different. They were very, very different. You know, front drive, transverse mounted engines. Compared to the older Buicks, those were basically, in my opinion, older style generation cars. You know, because if it was an 87, it would have been designed like probably within that decade. All right. Oh, we got an actual speed gauge. Oh, speed meter over here. Well, it's not a speed meter. So, not too bad. Look, it says top speed 45.6. Guys, that's really fast. That's faster than the claim speed of a Savage XL. All right, from a regular 2.5 Rustler. They probably could have hit 50 with a better pipe, because I could tell this is still the old style plastic pipe they're running. Yeah, that's a low flow pipe as well. So 40, almost 46, real impressive. Overall braking, good. I don't know if I agree with that. Oh, baby, Yokomo GT4. I was just talking about this to my friend Tarek. These were proper looking cars. It's a shame, actually, they used not very great engines. Oh, what's up there, Amputee RC, man? Happy Saturday to you. Hope you're doing well. I have, I think, 2 of these cars, right? One with the Mazda body, and one with like a custom body. But these RX-18 engines, if you guys are looking for them, just be aware they are ABN, meaning you will go nowhere fast. ABN also single needle carb. So they're talking about the fact that it's a .18, and that's pretty important. They claim 60 mile per hour top speed. I mean, honestly, I've driven it. I don't think it could go faster than 40. But of course, I was also running kind of rich, so that could be it. But the chassis themselves are very well balanced. Very well balanced. This is like the BMW 3 Series. Engine is shit, car is good. A Mini Z, don't really know much about Mini Zs, other than they're small. Oh, HPI Sprint. So good conversation topic here. You know, recently HPI released, I guess, an updated Nitro 3 chassis, right? Nitro Sport 3, I think it's called. Yeah, Nitro Pimp, don't really get the Yokomo GT4 unless, you know, it's in very good shape. Those ABN engines are 100% dead at all times unless they're almost new. And you got a single needle carb. So, you know, it's not going to be a good runner. It'll be like a reliable runner, but you're going to have needle carb issues, meaning it's going to be sluggish because you're going to have to compensate with just a single needle. All right, so HPI Sprint. Anybody remember the predecessor to this? What was the predecessor to the Sprint? I know my entire HPI lineup. All right, my dudes, I'm not going to be here for much longer. I got some prep work to do and some leg therapy to do. Actually, got to go hang upside down on the inversion table. But, you know, read a book or three, whatever. You know, go annoy Melissa. You know how it is. You know, in a positive connotation, of course. What was the predecessor to the HPI Sprint? All right, looks like nobody knows. Can't believe that T-Maxx fired up so beautiful. I was convinced that the one-way bearing was toast. Convinced. All right. Paige Smith goes, I'm not sure. So I believe the predecessor to the Sprint, which is a single-speed electric car, I'm going to say it was the HPI Pro 4. Right? So if you know the way the HPIs name their models, you have the Pro series, which were electrics. You had the Pro, then the Pro 2, the Pro 3, then beyond that, you had the Pro 4. After the Pro 4, they completely changed everything and went to Sprint. Then they went to Sprint 2. So the Pro 4, actually, if anybody here had it, that was a proper race chassis with legitimate carbon fiber everything, right? Driven by the driver Atsushi Hara. I blame Hara all the time for making HPI too expensive, by the way. But, you know, with a Sprint and a Sprint 2, they went to basically plastic chassis back again. Oh, yeah, for sure, man. I had a Pro 3, by the way, long ago. You guys want to take a look at eBay to see a Pro 3? Yeah, I don't feel like doing it. All right, let's continue. Let's see the top speed. We have ourselves a solid, shocking 20 miles per hour. Wow. Not wow at all. You could get 30 with a proper modified motor, though. I mean, these are like stock 20-turn motors. They're trash. Oh, baby. We got the Sport Max in the house. I think there's a couple viewers here that have a Sport Max. Let me read this comment. Good comment here from Rusty RC. He goes, hey, Hybrid, what HPI is the Duratrax Street Force based on? So I have a Duratrax Street Force. It was basically a semi-clone of like a RS42. You know, not a good one either. But the Duratrax Street Force did hit 50 miles per hour. But it was essentially a clone of a RS42, which is the belt drive model. Oh, hardcore racing. Yeah, these are proper aluminum components. Hardcore racing, kind of one of the best names in aluminum upgrades over the years. You know, usually, in old forums, people would be like, oh, if you get into G, you might as well get a bagel. But if you get hardcore racing, you got yourself a complete sandwich. Oh, baby. Schumacher Fusion R12. I don't think I ever read this article, actually. Guys, do you realize this is actually a Dodge Stratus body? Like, well, it's you know, a better looking one, but this is a Dodge Stratus headlight. You know how I was talking about Dodge design? Like, bros, in the 2000s, I'm telling you, Dodge Stratus was a real good looking car at that time period. Like, this is a Dodge Stratus. All right, Schumacher Fusion R12. So there were a couple Fusion chassis over. Oh, we got Beam NSLWD. How you doing, bro? There were a couple of Schumacher chassis over the years. The R12 just means it's like a small block. So normally the Fusions were like Fusion 21, which means it's a .21 size engine. Let me just go see how fast they are. That's kind of all we care about, really. Okay, well, we don't have a full rating on that. Testing acceleration. So it came with a Centex clutch. That's right. Off the guy goes, the convertible model was popular. Bro, remember the Chrysler Sebring convertible? Dude, they were good looking cars too. The Sebring, I don't like them, but like they were a proper car. Like the thing is, Chrysler really did their good homework on aerodynamics. You understand? Like those cars were competing with like the oval bug-eye Ford Taurus, right? They were competing with like a Dodge Neon. A Stratus was a proper looking vehicle. We got some Phantom engines. This is actually one of the engines I have in my Offner right there. FR03 with the boost port. J3 Hobbies, how you doing, my dude? Yeah, I was talking about the fuel. I'll read your comment, J3 Hobbies. I'm glad you pointed it out. We had a good conversation there today on one of my videos. He goes, Hybrid, I seen you said Top Fuel sucks. It works pretty good down here in Southern California. Fortec hitting 70, running 33%. I will say that if you do run the Traxxas fuel consistently, like from my experience, it's normal. I haven't seen anything bad, but in my experience also, when you let anything with like the Traxxas fuel sit for a while, those engines are super gummed up. Like it is hard to even retune, in my opinion, right? But I have had friends that consistently ran Traxxas fuel and it was fine. I didn't notice anything bad, right? So, you know, maybe that is an element, but also the 33% might be a lower oil content. I'm not sure. Because I know you're saying you're running 33%. I've never ran that one, but I know the cheaper Traxxas fuels, oh my God, you will never be able to spin them over after. The other thing is, honestly, bro, the Traxxas fuel is not cheaper than VP, right? So, like, I just don't see the benefit of that, really. You know, it might be average to okay fuel, but it's not even cheaper or better. A Nitro Pimp had a 93 LeBaron. Was it owned by John Voight? I'm just curious. Was it owned by John Voight? That's a reference to Jerry Seinfeld, by the way. All right, so we got some speed results. Holy moly, look at that. It actually only hit 50. So this top-level chassis literally was only 4 miles faster than a Traxxas Rustler. 4 miles faster than a Rustler. I don't know if that's embarrassing or not embarrassing. And this is a proper OS12TR engine, which is a pretty proper RPM engine. 4 miles per hour faster than the Rustler. All right, my dudes, I'm getting tired out here. I'm going to read the comments for a little bit more and go do something that begins with, I can't say it, okay? Can't say it. Yeah, I'm going to read this comment from AmpuTRC. I will acknowledge it makes perfect sense what you just said. He goes, the Traxxas fuel used to be quite good back when it was made by Power Master. The ones with the flame on the cans. That is actually the truth. I believe the only reason that Traxxas fuel is, like, in my opinion, not my favorite for used models is it's the type of oil. It gets too gummed up too fast, and it doesn't respond to heating the engine too well to unseize it. That's really my only claim to why it's not great, in my opinion. Plus, the thing is, it's not even cheaper. Oh my goodness, Earl Moorhead, how you doing? He goes, my T-Max hit 47. Oh, dude, that's very good. 47 on T-Max is actually quite tough to achieve. If you guys don't know, Earl Moorhead is a great YouTube channel creator. He was able to do, and whenever I see him in the chat here, I just can't understand how he got an Arma 3S to do over 100 miles per hour. I think, what'd you hit, 114? On video confirmed. Guys, 114 on a Vendetta. That's proper fast. Without seeing it, like, it's hard to even believe, but that is, you know, I'm going to use this word, wicked. I don't really like to use the word wicked because you guys might know there's a famous comedian by the name of Ali G. Obviously, he's not a comedian. You know, that song in the movie, Ali G in the House, the rap song Wicked, Wicked, sickening song. You see, you guys got to expand your horizons. People say TB is bad for you, but honestly, TB is good for you. All right, bros, I'm going to be here like 2 more minutes. Let me see what you're all saying. You know what? While I'm here, I think we need to help a fellow creator out. And I'm going to leave Earl Moorhead's link to his channel right here in the chat. I want you guys, if you're not already subscribed, you probably are, go subscribe to his channel. Great guy, longtime viewer of mine as well. So go to his channel and watch his 114 mile per hour Arma video. It blew me away. I'll be honest with you, man. It's real hard. Like, trust me, when you're doing speed runs, you know, in my opinion, it's real tough to go over like 60. You know, modern RCs, they can do it, but you understand when you're approaching like even 60, you guys could debate it or not, your level of handling at that point, you're very susceptible to any kind of ground condition issue, turbulence, vibration. You know, Earl over here got 114. You know, you understand, that's almost my claim times 2. Sick. Extra, extra sick. I'm going to do this quickie over here. That's proper. Oh my god, I love HPI ads. I was going to end the stream, but now I got to talk about the HPI. Sick. Although this is not my favorite engine, the 12R SS. Not my favorite. I don't know. I've never come across a good 12R SS. It just so far has not happened. The 2 speeds in these are real good, though. All right, my dudes, I think we're going to call it a day. You know, I was planning on removing the T-Maxx engine, but the T-Maxx self-healed. It's kind of like those Aliens vs. Predator. Remember that one of those movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger or whatever? Where those villains self-heal? Sick. You got to self-heal like a villain, everybody. Didn't they recently make automotive self-healing paint? I don't know how that works. Let me put it this way. If you can't self-heal yourself, how can paint do it? One of the best looking bodies. I have one too, the white one. Oh, look at that RSX over there. I'm going to do a zoom in on the RSX. I had a good conversation today with Nitro Pimp about RSXs. Yeah, this was a real hot looking car in the 2000s. 1+ horsepower, but what they actually should say is low compression and pretty much right away. Oh no, this is the Academy RT4 GP. This appears to be a Nitro MT kind of clone. Oh, baby. Yep. It does appear to be a Nitro MT looking chassis. Yep, you could tell even the color of the anodizing is Nitro MT level. And they're kind of going for those off-road wheels from the Nitro MT. But this part of the chassis is different and the handle is different. All right, my dudes, I think we're going to call it a day. Take care, stay true, stay positive, and not fake positive. You know, where you think you just got to be positive just because people say it. No, you got to be positive in your brain. All right, guys. All right, everybody. You all have a great night.